Today I'm going to show you how to dehydrate fresh cranberries. I love cranberries for putting into my granola, my oatmeal. I also use it for baking. First thing we're going to do is wash all of our cranberries. Once the cranberries are washed, we're going to actually cut them in half so that way the dehydrator can get inside to the meat. If you just leave them whole, the moisture won't be able to escape through the waxy skin. So it's a little bit tedious, so I tend to just listen to music, and we're just going to cut them all in half. Once all of the cranberries are cut, we can start putting them onto our trays. For my Excalibur tray, it really won't matter which way the cranberries are laid down because the heat comes from the side. If you have a traditional dehydrator where the heat is coming from the bottom, you do want to take the time to actually turn all of the cranberries so that the meat or flesh is kind of facing down. That way the dehydrator can dry out the inside part better. Again, for the advantage of the Excalibur is I don't have to worry about that. So I'm just going to lay out all of my cranberries in a even layer. The trays on my Excalibur just slide right into the tracks, so you're going to load up all of your cranberries in the dehydrator and put your cover on. To dehydrate cranberries, you're going to put it on 130 degrees, and they take between 10 to 14 hours to dehydrate. So on my Excalibur, I can actually set a timer for 10 hours, then it will automatically turn off. I can check for doneness and see whether they're okay or whether I need to put them in for a little bit longer. You want to check your cranberries to make sure that they're completely dry. They should be firm and brittle and kind of shriveled up. They're still hot because we just turned off the dehydrator, so you want to let them cool for about a half hour before putting them into your containers. If you put them in while they're still warm, that will create moisture, which will cause mold. So we're going to let this sit for about a half hour. Once they've cooled, we're going to put them into our jars. I like using a canning funnel because it helps me to put the cranberries in easier. And we're just going to dump them in. And sometimes I find running my hand over top of the tray will loosen them up. And we're going to fill up our container. Once you've filled up your jars, I like to use an oxygen absorber for long-term storage. And then you're just going to put your lid on. Don't forget to label what is inside as well as the date that you dehydrated it so you can rotate your food pantry better. There you go.